Hey, Dennis Kafoko, the passionate farmer here again. It's a blessed and beautiful day today as we celebrate the women in our lives. Uh, Thanks for all the comments from the previous episodes of Joseph, of Esther. It's been motivating, it's been encouraging to see all that come from you. I'm here yet again to give you another interesting story about uh, the Garden of Eden. Yeah, the story about the Garden of Eden. Stemming from the accounts of Genesis, we see God uh, on the sixth day creating uh, the human. And this should be taken into account that on that day, God had been very busy creating all other things. And uh, on the sixth day, chose it to be the day to have this humankind that he would give these powers of dominion over all other creations. So it says, from the ground uh, or from the dust, you would say that God created or formed. The word used actually is formed to mean the works of a potter, kind of a vessel, and it's said that the soils that were used to have that vessel formed were kind of red, uh, as referred to in the Hebrews, possibly, and the red and the dusts and all that to come into the word Adama. Adama, possibly that's where the name Adam comes from. So Adam is uh, created, and before the creation, there was this Garden of Eden. Lots of good things are put in there, but amongst them is this tree that God specifically chooses to give instructions to Adam not to dare eat its fruit, the tree of knowledge of life and evil, placed in the center of the Garden of Eden. Yeah, and like I mentioned, it's the sixth day. Adam is here. So God saw that Adam would be bored. Even when given the dominion to oversee all other creations, he would be bored. So Adam was made to rest or sleep. The word used actually is sleep. And in his left rib, it's pulled out, and another creation is made, a woman called Eve. And as you realize, before God rested on the seventh day, the very, very last creation that God made was Eve, pulled out from the rib of Adam, who had been made to sleep first. One would ask himself or herself, why was Adam first made to sleep before pulling out the rib? Was it that very painful? Would it have been done when he was seeing? I leave that question to you. So Adam and Eve are placed into the Garden of Eden with a role and clear rules of how to manage and enjoy the abundance that God had created. Yeah. The tree of knowledge of life and evil placed in the center with clear rules and commands not to dare touch that. But in the instructions of not touching that, there were possibly going to be rewards at a later point in time where possibly if you adhered to what God was telling you not to touch that fruit, you would enjoy other benefits that would come with that. But due to the appetites of man and temptations of nature, that didn't come to last. So what happened? In the garden, there comes a serpent, or they say Satan through the serpent, tempting Eve with enticing questions about why exactly God chose that particular tree in the middle of the Garden of Eden not to be touched or to eat its fruits. So Eve convincingly was Eve submissingly Englishing yeah uh, ate the fruit on the words of the serpent, and in so doing he also ran to Adam and also told Adam, here is the fruit, you can have it too. Here we read the power of Eve in letting Adam eat the fruit without any hesitation, even when Adam knew the instructions that were put on the table. Adam eats the fruit. According to the serpent, it was like if you eat that fruit from that tree, your eyes will be opened and you'll see things differently. Yeah. So with that convincing, Eve ran to Adam and clearly told Adam about the same. But remember also, God had been the same kind of instruction, or almost the same understanding of what would happen if they did eat the fruit. So upon eating the fruit, their eyes were opened. For the first time, they realized both of them were naked. And what happened? They started. They heard God walking into the garden and started hiding, looking for leaves to cover themselves, because they had seen for themselves for the first time. Yeah. So, of course, consequences had to follow on what would befall man thereafter, since since the eyes now had opened up, and uh, and God was not pleased with disobeying the instructions. So the curse there before mankind. Yeah, it said uh, one of the consequences was for a woman will experience pains during childbirth. For the serpent, it will crawl, and there will be enmity between woman and her children and the serpent, and the serpent will always hit the heel when sees the humankind. For Adam, it said that from dust you were created, or from ground you will toil for life, for your daily bread or daily food, I would say, till you return to it. Those were the consequences and they were cast and chased out of the Garden of Eden, which was beautifully created for mankind to enjoy. But because of our appetite and greed, we failed to adhere to the simple instructions uh, that God had put in place. I leave this question to you. This woman that we celebrate today, this woman that God put in the Garden of Eden, that was full of abundance, and chose to listen to the serpent and convincingly ate the fruit, convincing even the husband to taste the fruit. Is it the same situation we're experiencing in this day and era? Has there been changes to how we see life and how powerful our women have become? Yeah. Dennis, the passionate farmer, yet again at AgriSure TV to bring you good news from the Bible and blessings all through. Blessed.